Trapped since '95, your Toronto Raptors multimedia fan experience. This is Trap Chat, where us fans chat about what is, what was, and what should be happening with the Raptors. In today's episode, we chat about a rough week for the Raptors, upcoming games, and best Raptors team ever. We want your perspective. Hit us up on trapsince95.com in the comments, on social media at Trap95, and with your video responses on YouTube. Your comments may end up on the next episode of Trap Chat. So, what's trapped on your mind? Let's chat about it. Welcome to another edition of Trap Chat. I'm C# Major, holding it down solo. Shout out to Big Beezy, who will be back in the seat beside me really soon. Shout outs also to Noric Designs for this fresh and fly Trap Since 95 t-shirt design. For other hot t-shirt designs, check out Noric Designs on Instagram. And also, shout out to all my Raptors fans. We the North. Now, let's cover some of the recently played Raptors games, starting from where we left off the last chat with the Minnesota Timberwolves. This game marked the first NBA game in Toronto for native son Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins and the Wolves gave the Raptors quite a challenge, but in the end, the Raptors came out prevalent, 105-100. Wiggins started this game a little bit nervous, and understandably so, playing in front of his hometown crowd. But at the end of the day, the Wolves gave the Raptors a run. Raptors managed to pull this game out. Something of significant note in terms of for the Raptors from this game is the fact that this was the first game where Lowry had symptoms of back problems as he left this game with back spasms. In the next game, the Raptors faced the Bulls on the 20th, and this was the one that was in Chicago, where the Bulls absolutely pasted the Raptors. The Raptors were very lackluster in this game. They didn't really come with a fight. The Bulls really trampled them, as a matter of speaking. Basically, Taj Gibson returned in this game for the Bulls. Raptors were without Lowry, and it basically showed. I think there weren't too many highlights for the Raptors in this game. Not too much energy, lackadaisical defense, couldn't get their offense going the way that they would like. And, a lot of the Bulls have a solid squad, and they really took it to the Raptors. Just a very disappointing game to watch. It's very hard to watch, actually, as a Raptors fan. The next game the Raptors played was against the Knicks on March 22nd, and the Raptors thankfully pulled this one out 106-89. Seeing that it was the bottom feeder Knicks, this is a game that the Raptors had to have. It's a game that was marked as a W on the schedule. And, at this point, we'll take what we can get. So it was a pretty well-played game by the Raptors, so no major complaints there. We just got to take it and run with it. Wins have been pretty scarce around these here parts lately, so we'll definitely take this one. Which leads us to the next game, which was in Detroit against the Pistons, and a lot of the Raptors faithful made the trip down to support the team, hoping that they'd have a repeat of what happened last time in the Palace. But it didn't quite turn out that way, and it's a quite disappointing result. Final score 108-104 for the Pistons. And this game left a lot of questions amongst the Raptors faithful in terms of strategy on and off the court, personnel decisions, play calls, even focus. There's a lot of sloppy play at times and turnovers, and just it was a very disappointing game if you're a Raptors fan. Let's just say that. The main points that are amongst the Raptors fan base that they're questioning is why JJ never played at all in that game, why Grievous Vasquez was on late in the game at the end of the game playing defense against
the likes of Reggie Jackson, and also that last play, which is very controversial, where Lou Will dribbled down the court with about 20 seconds left and took a last-second shot that he never made. In that particular play, I'm not angry at the fact that Lou Will took the shot. I'm not angry at the fact that a timeout wasn't called. I know a lot of the fan base is questioning those two things. More so for me, it's the actual shot that Lou Will took. Not the fact that he took the shot, but the actual shot. It probably wasn't the best shot to take. But even more so, my beef with that whole situation is the fact of the play call, the play that was actually called. 20 seconds left. It's a 2-point game. There's so many options that you could have done. Like, first and foremost, you should definitely have a lot of motion, a lot of passing involved in that play. You could always go for a quick strike two and rely on your defense. If you want to take a 3-point shot, at least work the ball around the court. And even if it's Lou Will taking that shot, you would hope that you'd have first of all, a closer range shot and also an open shot. At the end of the day, what happened. Hopefully they'll learn from it and become better as a result of that. But that leads us to the very next day against the Chicago Bulls, which was a home game, and the Raptors had a great 3 quarters, and then the last quarter they just fell apart. The final score in that one was 116-103 for the Bulls. And that was another hard game to watch because the Raptors had amazing energy for the first 3 quarters. It was a tight game, but the Raptors had maintained, a lead throughout those 3 quarters. And in the fourth quarter, the bottom fell out. A lot of turnovers, mental collapse. Defense was MIA. And, a strong Chicago Bulls top squad took control of the game and pretty much stamped us out. That's been a concerning issue for the Raptors as well. Playing against the upper tier teams, can't seem to put a full 48 minutes of high energy effort together as of late. And hopefully they'll find a resurrection to this, especially leading into the playoffs. See what happens. Right now, the Raptors are seeded number 4. They're most likely going to be facing the Wizards. That's the way it's lined up right now, which seems good because the Raptors have a 3-0 record against the Wizards during the regular season. But also, you have to take into account that Beal has been in and out of the lineup and hasn't really been 100% the whole season. John Wall, after a little bit of a cooling off period, he's heating up again. He's playing well, and there's always Paul Pierce, who he's the truth. So in the playoffs, facing him, we already know that's going to be difficult. We faced him last season, and we know what happened. In the next segment, we'll talk about the Raptors' upcoming games. So stay tuned to Trap Chat.